Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at more Am I Wrong stories. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. Ever since I got out of the hospital for chronic problems, my husband has been introducing me to some games every evening. One game used to be about doing things while my eyes are blindfolded, involving puzzles, Rubik's Cube and shaped objects. We'd take turns to do it just for entertainment. Just a couple of days ago, he's been trying to get me to sign papers while wearing a blindfold. That's sus. That's not a game anymore. That's just a scammer move. Wait, that's a husband? Oops. That doesn't sound like a game. Why would you... Anyone would find that suspicious, you know? Okay, babe, now we're gonna blindfold you and we're gonna see if you can sign this paper. I refuse to do it because he never lets me take a look at what I'm signing, neither before or after. She's smart. Yes, she is smart. He says that he was just trying to see if I could leave the same signature every time I sign, but I couldn't help but feel uncomfortable. I told him I don't want to play this game unless and until he shows me the papers first. He said never mind then, and then stopped bringing it up. That's such a lame game though. I want to see if your signatures will still be the same. Piss off. You know? Piss off. I know what you're doing. I totally know what you're doing. Just trying to get me to sign the divorce papers, huh? Just kidding. Last night, he tried to convince me to give it a try and even volunteered to go first. I asked if he was going to show me what I was going to sign, and he made a face and said, no, it's the rules and I should respect them. I refused, and he kept on about how I keep acting worried and suspicious for no reason. He said I clearly don't trust him and he was hurt by finding that out now, after everything we've been through. Don't try to guilt trip her, dude. We had an argument and I told him to drop it and not bring it up again, period. He was mad despite saying it was no big deal. He was obviously upset with me and kept talking about how I don't trust him and that I was out of line to assume or suspect anything from him like this. I might be paranoid, but I couldn't help it. I do think I was wrong to him after he stood by my side when my own family didn't even visit. That has nothing to do with this. Who cares? I would not sign too. I'm not playing that game. Why would you play that game? It's so useless. Like, I'd play a game if it's gonna help me with my knowledge or anything, but a game about just seeing if my signature will stay the same if I close my eyes blindfolded without knowing what the contract that I'm signing is. Well, I don't know if it's a contract, but it seems like it by the way that she's saying. That's suspicious. He's just contradicting himself. Because he's just saying, oh, I just want to see if you have the same signature every single time. Then you can let her see the papers. If that's all that you want to see, then you can let her see the papers. Bro, you're suspicious. And if it really was nothing, just stop playing that game, dude. You're ruining your marriage. Just stop. Stop with the signing game, dude. It's not doing you any good. Now I just want to know what it is. Because I'm sure it's not just a blank piece of paper, because if it was a blank piece of paper, he would have shown her. Now I'm just curious. I'm so curious now. I'm curious. Okay, next story. My wife has a horrible habit that I discovered 2 months ago. We were ordering lunch on the Subway app and I told her to pick the location that has a drive-through. That way we don't have to go inside and take the baby out of the car just to clip him back in a few minutes later. She told me it's not a big deal to leave the baby in the car to run in and pick it up really fast. I had no idea she ever did this. I told her I was not comfortable with her leaving him in the car alone even for a minute, and she told me she's been doing it since he was born and it's always been fine. What the heck? How could you think that's okay? That's not okay. You never leave your baby in the car. Not even for a minute. You take him with you. She told me she does it to pick up food, run into the post office or pharmacy, etc. I was floored. We don't live in a horrible area, but it's also not super safe either. I told her to not ever do this again. She told me she never stopped to think about the potential dangers and that she would stop doing it. Well, yesterday as I was driving home from my brother's house, I spotted her car at the gas station near our place. It was parked in a spot up front and not a pump, so I figured she stopped in to grab some snacks, which we like to do. I decided to stop and go in and say hi and get some food, and I pulled in and parked next to her. However, when I got there, I was furious to find our son in his car seat. The car wasn't even locked. I don't know what came over me, but in that moment, I decided to take my son and put him into my car. He's got a car seat in there too. I then drove to the other side of the gas station parking lot and waited for my wife to come out. It took 6 minutes for her to appear. When she saw that he was gone, she looked stunned for a second and then started to frantically look around and cry. I didn't let it go on for long. After this, I saw her pull her phone out, presumably to call 911, and that's when I pulled my car around to her. I parked, got out, and walked around to my son's door and opened it to show him to her. She looked extremely relieved, but that quickly turned to anger with her asking me why I took him and did that to her. She should be happy that it was her husband that took him and not some random stranger. I told her she needed to learn her lesson and she promised to stop leaving him in the car and that she was extremely irresponsible. It was easy for me to pull up and take him. No one else at the gas station even noticed. So if he was really taken, there would have been no help and it would have been 100% her fault. She proceeded to call me cruel and psychotic and tried taking our son out of my car into hers. I said no and that I would be driving him home, and I left. She came home not much later but ignored me the rest of the day. She acknowledged me today saying she wanted an apology and I said absolutely not, and she's the one who should be saying sorry. She's been guilt tripping me the rest of the day saying no mother should experience the fear I put her through. Did I go too far? Girl, you should be so grateful that no other stranger took your son when you left him in the car for 6 minutes. Okay, here's my point of view. I think if this was a prank and he was doing it to mess with her, even though she was a responsible mother, so for example, the baby wasn't in the car. Maybe the baby was at home or something, and then he decided to hide the baby and then say the baby's missing. Then that's messed up, okay? This is a different story because he's just showing her what would happen if she does this again. And I think that's fine. I think she has to learn her lesson because one day it might happen. One day she's never going to see her son ever again. And that's too late. She's going to cry forever, but that's too late. Oh, I don't know, dude. Oh, I don't know. I'm just so mad. Maybe it was too far, but I don't think it was too far. Maybe you guys might think he went too far, but I don't think he went too far, honestly. I think she needed to learn her lesson. I'm just so mad at her, at the fact that she thinks she did nothing wrong. Like, you never leave a baby in the car alone, ever. Moving on, the next story. My sister reached out to see if she could stay with me for a week. My mother was ecstatic that my sister might be coming home finally. She moved across the country right after college and hasn't been back in almost 10 years, except for Christmas, or the one-off birthday or business trip or vacation. I was more than happy to open my home up, thinking that we could maybe bond or deepen our relationship. It was all kind of awkward, but nothing horrible until the third night. I came home from drinks with my friends around 10 p.m, went into my kitchen for a snack and realized that almost all of my food was gone. I'm not even exaggerating, I swear. 90% of my pantry was just gone. I asked my sister and she told me that she was shocked I ate anything with preservatives and unnatural and that I was poisoning my body. So she took it upon herself to throw away everything she deemed unhealthy. Oh my gosh, I hate these kind of people. Don't touch someone else's stuff in their home. It's not your house. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Who cares if it's unhealthy? Maybe they want to be unhealthy. Who cares? But you never touch someone else's things in their own house. Guys, I'm talking about so much food, both packaged and unpackaged. Even things like spices that weren't fresh were tossed. It was like someone had robbed my kitchen. I demanded that she pay to replace everything, but she dug her heels in and said that she was only doing me a favor and that the way I ate was disgusting. I'll be so mad. I know I'm biased, but my diet isn't even crazy. It's pretty much standard food you'd find at any grocery store. I was so upset, I made her pack up and leave, and she ended up having to take a cab about 30 minutes away to stay with my parents. My mum is absolutely devastated that we're fighting and insists that I apologize in order to keep the peace because she really hopes my sister will take the job and move back. So the mum is not telling the sister to apologize. She's the one who started it. I sound like a kid. She's the one who started it. She threw my food away. Why do I have to apologize? I told my mum that if she wanted to lose not one but both daughters, then she'd keep pushing me to apologize for something I feel I have a right to be upset about. My dad says she's been crying every night though, and I love my mum so much. I feel like a huge jerk for being stubborn about the situation. What the heck? I would have done the same though. If someone did this in my house and threw away all my food, out. Now you have no place and no food. How do you feel about the food that you threw away, you know? But you're gonna pick them up? Dude, I'm just so mad. How is the sister so entitled that she thinks doing that was right? And she's even arguing as if she's right. Maybe she should have just, you know, showed her concern and be like, hey sis, everything that you're eating is pretty unhealthy. Do you want me to cook some healthy stuff for you to eat since I'm here? Instead of throwing her food away, like that does nothing. What does it do? Nothing. Now they have no food. If she really wanted her sister to be healthy, she would have cooked some healthy meals for her to eat. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, she's not doing anything good. Nothing. Okay, maybe I'm just a bit too mad, but tell me what you guys think. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!